Well, it's August 5th, and last night, around, I believe it was 2 in the morning, I beat Batman Returns for the NES and got the best ending. After 5 playthroughs, first I got the worst, then the bad, then I got the good, then I got the good again, then I got the best. I didn't even know Batman Returns even had an NES game until like the late 2000s when I just stumbled upon it. I think it was on YouTube. I may have found it on Wikipedia first, and then I watched the long play on YouTube. I can't remember which one, how it was, but I know I did watch the long play in the late 2000s on YouTube. I found the game years ago, and I got it. I played it. I couldn't get past the first level. I turned it off, and then I just got the urge to play it again because I'm going back to all those games that I bought and never finished. And this time I played through it, and this time I beat the game. Well, I already mentioned that, but yeah, again, okay. The game is of course based off the movie, and it does have cutscenes that match what goes on in the film, altered some scenes, not too altered. Like when it comes to the part with the kidnapping the Ice Princess and all that stuff, Batman like eavesdrops on the door, and he records what the Penguin says. Whenever we know he records what he says, whenever he's taking control of the Batmobile. But it does have that cutscene in it where the Penguin's going like this when Batman's playing it on over the speakers. Okay, the game is a side-scrolling beat-em-up. You play as Batman, of course, blue, not black. And he takes on the Red Triangle Circus Gang, who are the foot soldiers, and a number of them are boss characters, with Penguin and Catwoman being bosses as well. Of course they are. Now, the game is basically punch. You use like a 3-hit combo, then the uppercut. You do the jump kick, which is kind of annoying because whenever you're moving forward and hit the jump button and hit the kick, he does this flying out. But unfortunately, when you just stand still and hit the jump button and do the kick, he still flies forward, which is kind of annoying, especially when you're not wanting him to fly forward. And there's a part of the game when you really do not want him doing that. The other move is the slide. You have to down and then hit the jump button. He'll slide across. And when you hit up and the attack button, you can either throw a batarang or use the grappling hook, but the grappling hook only goes up. Use select to switch weapons, and if you press A and B at the same time, he'll flap his cape out, and unfortunately, that's the high attack that takes away your energy. He also, what's else? Oh yeah, he can also block, but it's not really that good. Take my word for it, you're probably never going to want to use it. And, there are 2 levels where you play in a vehicle, but only one of them you get to is an action level. That's 4-1. You play in the Batmobile, taking on motorcycles, vehicles, well, cars, green cars, and then till you get helicopters, balloons. Yeah, you actually fight balloons. And of course, when you destroy some of the vehicles, the clowns will like jump out, and they'll try and land on you, but you basically get ahead of them because they cling on for some reason. Them clinging on damages the Batmobile. But whenever you blow them up, it's so funny when they run off screen. They can actually outrun the Batmobile. And whenever you're in the car, you get the machine guns or those discs. The discs are what you use for the helicopters and balloons. When you catch up to the train, it has these 2 cannons. You just have to avoid them, but you still have to watch out for the enemies. The Bat boat or the Bat jet ski or whatever it is, whatever it's called, it's just a bonus level in 6-1 because there's only 6 levels, and you just collect hearts, batarangs, and these the bat symbols to get points, because every time you get 10,000 points, you get some health back. You get only 1 life. You get infinity continues, and there is a password system. And there are health boxes that you can collect when you beat the first boss, halfway through level 3, and just before the fight with the Penguin. But there's 2 catches with the second and third one. Now, the first level is simply the city streets with the Red Triangle Circus Gang as the foot soldiers. This game has limited enemies. There's the clowns, they're basically the thin clowns that come in brown, blue, and pink, and I think they're maybe brown again, but this time the pink and the other brown ones, they carry either a pole or a machine gun. The blue ones actually do jump kicks, while the brown ones just throw straight punches. There's the fat clown who will either do a charge in the headbutt or a roll attack. The chubby clown who will do a charge, I believe it's an elbow jab. But they also come on screen with bazookas, and they stay on these sides of the screen, shoot for a number of times, and go up. Sometimes they're uneven, so you might have to be patient and wait for them to start rising up and just get ahead of them and unload on them with punches as quickly as possible. Because whenever you're hitting one, that other one can catch up with you and shoot you from behind, so be careful. The stilt clowns, they either will kick or they'll just come running right at you. The bikers, they just do the old drive this, drive that, but sometimes they'll go like this. The jump kicks are the only thing that can hit them. Well, you can use the punches, but I recommend the jump kicks. But time it just right. Whenever you see them go that way, be expecting them to come this way. Just position yourself, and they'll just run right into your jump kick. Okay. Now, there are the clowns with the machine guns. They only appear in the first two levels, as well as the two stick clowns. The stick clowns will either hit with a stick, or they'll try and get you with a jump kick. The machine gun guys, they'll just shoot. That's pretty much it. There's also the knife throwers. They're really annoying. They're the second worst enemy in the game. They do dashes. They throw 3 knives. And every time you hit one of them, it always looks like a bald spot appears on their head when they turn this way. It's kind of funny, but they are really annoying. Now, whenever they appear, the rule is either will be 2 enemies or 3. 3 is the highest amount of enemies that can be on screen. Now, whenever you, sometimes you have to, I would always recommend staying around the top of the screen, because that's the best place to corner them, because sometimes they will come up with you while one of them stays down, with the knife throwers, that is. But that one that stays down, that's when you have to make sure you time it just right, because you will get hit if you try and attack them. And what really sucks is they can cancel your jump kicks and your slides. You can't cancel out their lunge attack, but they can cancel out yours, so that is really annoying. Oh, goodness. There's also the fire breathers, which to me are the worst enemies in the game. But there's a glitch in the game that's a good glitch, because every time you knock them off screen, all the other enemies just appear below you when they come back on, or they won't appear at all, especially if you're attacking. These guys, on the other hand, you can actually hit while they're off screen. You can actually get their energy all the way down, and when that happens, they can't hit you. So there is a positive. Now, they will attack with strikes, and they will move to the side of the screen blowing fireballs at you, which is really annoying. Well, there's also the acrobatics, and they do flips and flip kicks. They're also annoying. Now, bosses, the strong man who appeared in the movie, who didn't do anything except be a joke, he's the first boss. He starts off with a barrel, he throws it, and then he starts. You have to get really close to him, and when he starts moving his arms like this or spinning around, I don't know what he's doing, you have to wait for him to stop, slide underneath him, and then repeat that over again. Once you beat him, you get that health box. Level 2, you fight Catwoman. Now, in level 2, there's these cat face statues that are on the ceiling whenever you're inside this apartment area. Break the statues, the eyeballs with the grappling hook, and you'll get that acid pack that Batman threw at her. I think it's either the 3rd one or the 4th one. I have to double check. Now, this is the only area where the grappling hook. No, there's another area in level 3. But once you go to those stairways, excuse me, when you get to this part where there are no enemies, you have to use the grappling hook to go up here, then go up here. It's kind of like a fire escape, just minus the stairs. There's one part in the next area where there's water, electricity, some platforms. That's when the clowns with the guns appear, going up like this. Once you beat them, the clowns with the sticks will appear, and then after that, those characters are not in the game anymore. There's these toy helicopters that start blowing up the screen. As long as you stay, I believe it's on this side, they can't hit you because they don't blow up that right there. The grappling hook is the only thing that can get them, but you have to time it just right when they fly above you. I almost said underneath. Come on, Scott. Okay. And, oh man, Catwoman, when she shows up, Batman will automatically use the acid pack, which takes off half her energy. Now, she attacks with flips and the long-range whip. And, after that, you can use batarangs for the long-distance attacks, but you have to be careful when you throw it, because there are times when you throw them when they do something where they will, shield them, or make it go right through them, or sometimes they'll just block. So in other words, you have to make sure you do it just right. And the batarangs can get their energy down really fast, but you can only get up to 9 of them. But there's one part of the game where you really are going to want them, and that's not the next level, that's not the next level, that's level 5. Okay, level 3, the 3rd boss is, before the 3rd boss, I can't get ahead of myself, you do a straight level, then you see open window, you go in there, that's when Batman does the eavesdrop and records it. Now, whenever you're in the next part, there'll be an open window that you can't actually keep moving past, but you want to go in there. When you go in there, you see those 2 green devil guys. Get rid of them first. Now, whenever you're in these small rooms, the chandelier is what you have to break to get items. This one gives you the second health box. The catch is you have to defeat the 2 green devils first. If you break the chandelier while they're still there, you just get like a heart or a batarang. But if they're both defeated and you break it, you get the health box. Then you move to the next one, and that's whenever it does the gotta go girl talk. That's when you move to the roofs, and this is that cliche, when you're on the roof, you start sliding down when you hold still. The bosses, yeah, this one's got 2 bosses. First you fight the sword man, who just does lunge attacks, strikes. He's pretty easy as long as you make sure you guys rhythm down. Like when he comes striking at you, if you stay above him, he'll come walking into your punches. After that, you fight the strong man again, which is a repeat of the first boss fight, except when you get his energy pretty far down, he picks up a new attack where he just charges at you, he'll grab you and throw you. But it's pretty easy to avoid. Fact is, that stage, which is supposed to be tougher, is actually easier than stage 1. After that, you see the Penguin kill the Ice Princess, and then you see the cutscene where Batman exposes Penguin as a fraud. Okay, then you gotta save the children, which is the Batmobile level. But then you gotta do the circus train level. And then you fight the toughest boss in the game, the organ grinder. He is so freaking annoying. He does that lunge attack where he like jumps forward swinging his organ grinder, or he holds still doing that. And when they come out like this, you have to make sure you're positioned just right. And he's hard to hit as but when he's walking and getting ready to shoot, that's when he leaves himself open. But you gotta be very quick to stay like above him so you can press down and do the slide, because you have to be pressing down to do the slide attack, otherwise Batman will just jump. And that's like the best strategy to get rid of him, but unfortunately it requires timing. But you don't want to use any batarangs on him because you're going to need them for the next boss fight, so you need to stock up on them. The 5th stage is nothing but one long level with just fighting the lawn of clowns. He does go to 2 areas, but Batman's looking for the remote that controls the penguins. The boss is the duck vehicle. It's on that big thing that raises it up. This is why you need the batarangs. You can, when you have to have all 9 of them, just throw them until it gets down enough where you can then punch it. Now, as long as you stay on this side of the screen, the very end, it can't hit you physically, but the eye glows and shoots out this orb. Go underneath it, and when it comes down back at you, jump over it. Just keep repeating that. When it comes back at time, just punch it. And that way you can do that, you beat it without getting hit. But if you get behind it, when it backs up, it will hit you and it throws bombs out from behind. You have to get to the bottom of the screen and do the slide to get back to the other side so you can get back to safety. The last level, first you do the ski and everything, but when you're in the Arctic world, where for the final battle, this level has ice on the ground, so you will slide. Now the second half of the first stage also does this, so they just bring it back for this final area. It's like all the enemies except the 2 guys with the clowns with the guns, the clowns with the poles. But every enemy comes back. Now, whenever you see these seal statues, when you beat the bikers, that's when an item will automatically pop out of it, so you don't have to worry about breaking it. The last one, this is where the X health box is. Now, I heard that in order to get it, you either have to have a 7 or a 2 in your point score. I think that's what it said. Otherwise, it will not appear. If it does, that's great. But if it doesn't, as long as 2 are full, Penguin is pretty easy as long as you know what to do. He will stay on the one side of the screen. As long as you keep moving up and down, he just moves up and down with you. Now, if you hold still, he'll shoot like 3 shots out of his umbrella. And if you try to throw a batarang when he's not doing that, he'll open it up and block it. Now, when he uses that helicopter umbrella, he'll fly through the air dropping bombs. You have to use the grappling hook to get him. Whenever you get his energy really far down, I kind of was noticing that whenever it was like less than halfway filled, he's got 3 bars, but as soon as you get to the green, that's like purple, then red, orange, I believe, and then green. Green's like the lowest for the enemies. Whenever it gets like down to half of green, I think that's when he no longer uses the helicopter, so this is why you want to use batarangs on him. The bonus area with the jet batski, I'm hoping I'm saying it right, you can collect them. They're always on the top. Hearts are right there. The back points are, however, in the water. So you gotta make sure you memorize it really good. Now, when you beat him, the endings, if you get the worst ending, you just get the credits, and then you get this penguin with one of those rocket packs telling you you took too long. Bad ending, you see the bat signal, the credits, and then he says you did better, but you still messed up. Good ending. You see the cutscene of the penguin going for that umbrella, but it's the cute one, and then he falls down and dies, and it then shows Batwoman. Then the credits, and then the penguin saying, "Congratulations, just saved Gotham City." I don't know what I was about to say, Batman. Best, after the issue with the cutscene with the penguin, You see the bat signal, the Catwoman shows up, and that's it. Now, I notice if you press start on for one of the credits playing, sometimes the strongman, Batman, or Catwoman will go by. It's pretty funny. And when you beat with the best ending, the Penguin says, "Awesome!" Yeah. Now, if you press the jump button, he'll actually move his beak, but if you press the attack button, he'll blink. And well, basically, the whole point of the passwords is to help you get familiar with the game, of course. See, that way you continue where you left off and get familiar with the levels. So that way, when you're ready and got everything memorized, you can do the playthrough, where you can try and get the best ending. Now, I was told on the internet that in order to get it, you can't continue. That's baloney. I did play through it and didn't continue, and I still got the good ending. I didn't get the best one. Turns out there's another way. Now, I did finally get that information off the internet. There's a hidden score. Every time you get hit, the enemy points go up. And if the enemy points go over about 5,000, I can't remember the exact number, you get the you sacrifice the best ending, and every enemy takes off a certain amount of points, with the Penguin taking off the most. So you have to try as hard as you can to avoid getting hit as much as possible. That's how you get the best ending, a hidden score for the enemies, and there's no way to see it. It doesn't go by the rule. If you pause the game, there it is. When you beat a level, it appears. No, you can never see it. It's hidden inside the game. Now, if I would have made this game, I probably would have thrown that hidden score out the window, and I would have just gone by the rule. If you play through it, you get, without continuing, you get the best ending. You continue once or twice, you get the good ending. Continue 3 or 4 times, you get the bad. Continue 5 and more, you get the worst. That's how I would have done it. That's the only thing I would have done different about this game. But because of that issue about how you get the good ending with the hidden score, I was going to give this game an 8 out of 10, but unfortunately that right there dropped it to a 7. Now, I understand you're all going to get mad at me for that, but that's just how I feel. That's my rating of the game, 7 out of 10. And if you haven't found it, if you haven't played it, I will recommend it. It actually still is fun. It can be frustrating, especially with the devil guys and the knife throwers. They're the most annoying part of the games, as well as the organ. But the worst part is going to be the organ grinder. He's the one that's going to drive you nuts until you work out a strategy. But even if you work it out, you still gotta keep your guard up. It's one of those games. Strategies or not, you gotta always keep your guard up. Okay, I'm gonna close this video by saying to all you who made that game, why did you have to have a hidden score?